I had sound effects.
Greetings and salutations.
Greetings and salutations. It's been a long time. I got the wrong background on and everything. What the fuck's going on? Hold on. Let me see something. I got a new one last night. I was like, you know what? This is gonna be dope for the show. Let me get it. So let me check this out right quick. Welcome to Lights, Camera, Action. I'm your host, Rob Vill, co-host, Indy Uchiha. We're back, bitches.
Facts. Facts.
Sound effect somewhere. I don't know. Anyway, it's been a while. I don't even want to say we were on hiatus. It was more than a hiatus. Oh my god, we've been gone since been gone.
We've been gone since I was living in Michigan City. It's been a minute. So it's been. I moved in February.
That is a long time. Holy shit.
Yeah. But
yeah.
New channel, new vibe.
Oh my god, I forgot. I did set it up to go from the new channel. This is the first video on the new channel. You guys watching that watched this before, maybe you're scrolling through Facebook and you're seeing what these motherfuckers talking about. It's not Sunday. What are they talking about? This is Lights, Camera, Action. You can find us live when we do the show. We're going to try to get back once a week. If we're not live, it will be pre-recorded, but one of us will be in the comments with you guys if you're talking. YouTube.com/Villain Radio Presents. Go there, like it, subscribe it, share it, all that. It's our new home it's our new platform. This Sunday dinner, Friday Night Live is now Villain Radio Live. All types of dope shit coming, but make sure you go like it and subscribe. Turn on your notifications so your phone's like bing every time we go live to talk some shit. So that's kind of what we've been working on. That's not why we haven't been around. Indy packed up and moved to Wisconsin. So that's one of the main reasons why we haven't been here. But other than that, it's
not my fault.
It's business as usual. We're here to give you not music, but entertainment news with a concentration in movies and TV shows. And there's all types of stuff going on. So of course we got a lot of stuff to get into. We're not going to try to throw everything at you guys about everything that's happened in the entertainment world since we've been on. We're just gonna give you, like I said in a tagline, it's like shit that we think is important, shit that we watch. And even with that, let's see if I'm wearing my Top Gun shirt. Shout out Top Gun Maverick, #1 movie of the year, still in theaters. That's crazy to think about it. It's September and it's still in theaters. You know how long it's been since a movie's just been writing out like that?
Well, Spider-Man came back, but
still don't matter.
Yeah, it matters. It matters.
What fucked Spider-Man up for the year is because of them releasing it in December. So no matter how, it could have made $2 billion, but it still goes back to last year, which is weird because we're already 9 months into the year that it could have been streaming. Let's see what we're gonna skim through some D23 Expo shit. We did talk about it more in detail on Sunday Dinner last week. Go ahead and search Sunday Dinner in YouTube. We got 75 episodes, so you guys go watch that. We got a little we got in depth in that, so we're not gonna get too in depth here. We're kind of gonna do kind of just like a skim through like some of the major things. So let's get to it. Indy, what was your favorite thing about D23? Get into it. Shout out to Troach. Somebody's live. One of us is live, and it's we didn't change the fucking shit.
I just checked. I changed mine. I actually just put that comment, but it came under the A+. I got so much stuff going on.
Yeah,
I commented and it went under a different page.
Yeah, but it's shout out to the party. The party is a band that was put together kind of like the Backstreet Boys and stuff like that, but it was put together by Disney. The party is actually why Disney created Hollywood Records. One of my good friends, Albert Fields, aka Jean, was a member of the party. Like literally, they were the first pop band put together like that. So it was a bunch of people out in the Mickey Mouse Club, and this was before NSYNC, before Backstreet Boys, and this is like New Kids on the Block time. Like they traveled all over on stage at the Tokyo Dome in front of 100,000 people. They've done it all. Jean learned the mix from Dr. Dre and all types of shit. But they're Disney's showing them love again. They're at D23 at the convention itself. They had their own panel and shit like that. Shout out to Jean. I'm actually trying to get him for Villain Radio Live. He agreed to it. It's just actually getting him here to do it.
I would love to pick his brain, especially you know how I am, especially with that type of stuff. I love to pick his brain about that because you know how I am following the careers of a lot of them Disneyites. You know,
and the thing is, people always talk about who's the dopest from out here and this and that, but but people don't even realize the people that are from Gary. Rest in peace to Jesse Powell. He passed away this week. He was only 51 years old. From Gary. He had some hits in the early 90s.
Super talented.
Yeah. He's best known for his hit single You, and a couple more. Shout out to his family. Our condolences with you guys. People just think about the Jacksons and shit like that. They don't understand how deep Gary goes. But
RL, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot. It's a lot we got going on, and it's even more that are actually making moves now.
Next to Mike, I've always said that Jean's probably the most talented to come out of this area next to Mike. You know, sing, dance, write, arrange, all he do it all. He just did it at such an early age, and he did everything everybody wants to ever do on their bucket list if they become famous or work in the industry, whether it's music, movies, TV, whatever, celebrity realm. He did it all at such a young age. He don't care about it anymore. He's toned so much down to bring the group back together. Like they had the Mickey Mouse Club 50th anniversary like 2 years ago. He was the only person not there. Timberlake, JC Chazelle, everybody that was like
it was dope.
Everybody was there, and Jones like, I'm not going. They wanted to give me a hotel room and a plane ticket. That's it. And you gotta think, this is a guy who's speaking from the point of view of the blueprint. He was the blueprint of how labels sign pop bands. You know,
he was the Shy Lights. You know what I'm saying? The pop bands.
But it was pretty cool to see him there. That he's back and getting in the groove of us. So shout out to Jean. And but from the MCU, we're just gonna get right into it. We don't really care about what Disney's doing other than the MCU.
Well, I don't know. I'm not gonna say I don't care. It's just nothing Star Wars stood out except for the stuff that we knew was already coming. It's nothing like they announced anything new. The Indiana Jones thing is dope. Just because of nostalgia.
Yeah, everybody was. I liked how Harrison Ford got a little choked up after he announced, you know what, this is the last time you're gonna see me as Indiana Jones. This is it. It's over.
What's up, Jay Slay, man? I watched that performance. Y'all got off. Y'all definitely got off.
It was it's kind of bittersweet because we're in a nostalgia zone right now. Top Gun's on its way to hitting $1 billion. Like I was just talking a couple of minutes ago. It's been in the theater since May. It's still going strong. Just like 3 weeks ago, it was the #1 movie again in America. It's insane. It's been a long time since it's been like this. And we were just talking earlier this week. The summer blockbuster season is kind of disappointing compared to what has been in years past, because we look forward to this every year like it's going to be big, it's going to be bigger than last year. That's what Hollywood's trying to do. Now it's a little different because we're trying to get back to pre-pandemic numbers. And is it that people still ain't going to theaters, or
it kind of
wasn't putting the product out like they
It kind of feels like, to me, it feels almost like when the MP3 came out. You know what I'm saying? And album numbers changed. Because you remember when album numbers, people used to do 100,000, 200,000. You know what I'm saying? And when you started doing 40,000, 50,000, it was a new standard. I feel like we have a new standard on what movies are going to do. And it feels like this year that it wasn't really nobody really trying to be around in the summer. It's the first summer people got out. Wasn't nobody really trying to be at the movies.
Get out. We're able to do things. People are going on vacations again. The whole world's open. So, I could kind of see that.
Yeah, because look, they even Disney. If you look at Disney and Marvel, they really didn't do nothing this summer. I mean, they had the movies that I feel like they had to put out. You know what I'm saying? Thor, different stuff like that. But even those movies are doing better on streaming than they did in the theaters because people weren't. Bro, I wasn't. Me and you, we're gonna go see Thor. I didn't rush to go see it. I think you saw it before I did, and that normally doesn't happen.
I watched it. I didn't even go see it. I watched it on fucking F Movies. They had the theaters were so empty after it was the biggest second week drop off in MCU history after Black Panther. And there were so many people that weren't going in the second week that there were so many crystal clear HD bootlegs because everybody was able to go in there with cameras.
Right. Hey, send me a Jay Slade, send me a note on that, like on Messenger, so I can say the date. But hey, the thing about, like you said, nostalgia experiences, whether it's Top Gun, you know what I'm saying, a lot of the older movies. Look at how what we're getting into a little bit later. Look at Cobra Kai. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of stuff coming back that just feels good. The throwback on Clerks 3. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? While they've been kind of dipping for a while, I think the nostalgia wave started in November when Ghostbusters Afterlife came out.
No, you're 110% right, because it's getting to the point where it feels like the Marvel stuff doesn't feel like nostalgia because it's so.
We haven't seen it before. We for the people that have read in comic books, and even that's based loosely on those comic books. You know, they're throwing storylines together and everything. So even if you're a quote unquote comic book nerd in the late 80s and throughout the 90s, you may see the story hints and recognize some of the storylines, but they're all new. We're experiencing it for the first time.
Movies are doing so bad in theaters that, and this is not a knock to this genre of movie, like anime. You look at something like Dragon Ball, which is doing 80 mil. You know what I'm saying? Like anime movies don't do these type of numbers over here. 100 mil, 200 mil. It's nuts about, but Dragon Ball for a lot of people is nostalgia. That's their childhood. You know what I'm saying? So they to go experience something like that in the theater is different. Top Gun was gone for so long.
And the thing with that, and it's not, and the thing with with Dragon Ball doing so good is not that it's the right time.
Mm-hmm.
It's the right time because the demographic audience that they're targeting is adults now. They don't got to worry about their parents taking them to the movies to drop them off or give them movie money or anything like this. This ain't fucking Steve and Fiona from fucking Shameless playing the lead characters, you know. So,
yo, that still pisses me off.
It's crazy that then they ended up on the show together too.
Yeah, but, I saw him get that role in Shameless, and didn't want to watch Shameless anymore because how he ruined my childhood.
But he played the Shameless role to perfection.
He did. He did.
Yeah, it was the perfect time for that movie to come out. You know,
and it's going like that. I feel like we're getting to. That's the thing about D23, right? I feel like this year they did a lot. This year and the past year, they did more with their television than they did with their movies for setting up things. Because
perfect example again is going back. It was something that a lot of studios had to scramble to change during the pandemic. During the pandemic, the entertainment model shifted that the scripted shows and were put on the forefront again. Of course, there's a bunch of COVID protocols and everything. Almost everything that we watched during the pandemic had been delayed or threw together quickly just with the people that were vaccinated and ready to work. But and people haven't, even though the world's back open, people haven't transitioned to going back out into the world.
Right.
Know? So I'm cool with staying at home. Like I'm cool. I don't go anywhere. Like I'm cool with being home. I got a bunch of projects I'm working on right now. I'm cool. Last night, I was finishing season 5 of Cobra Kai yesterday because we were supposed to do the show yesterday. And then in the middle of the night, I was sending you. Oh, when I was sending you the little lights, camera, action logos I was doing, I was like, oh wait, I haven't watched She-Hulk yet. I look forward to these Marvel shows now, just as much, if not more, than the movies.
Yeah, and the show.
I want to know what Easter eggs they're gonna drop to connect some shit.
So did you see the Daredevil kicks?
Yeah.
The Daredevil kicks, and then the blatant. Here's the helmet. Like they didn't even try to hide it. It was like, oh, don't let nobody see that. Like cover it up.
I'm guessing they're saving him for the last episode.
I'm gonna be upset if they're setting this up for an end credit scene. I want a whole episode of I don't even date Daredevil. I want to see Matt Murdock in the courtroom. You know what I'm saying? Like either
I don't think we're going to get that. Maybe.
Yeah.
From the shit that I've seen just leaking, they spent a little bit of time together.
Yeah. I would love to see She-Hulk go from working for this BS lawyer that she's working for now, you know what I'm saying, law firm she's working for now, to if, like they announced at D23, if Daredevil was a complete reboot, why can't he start a firm with She-Hulk?
Yeah, but they're not going to do that because they're totally two different fucking. Even though it's a reboot, we know that we're going to have the same characters, and I think it's still going to be on the darker side.
I feel like they could do both.
I don't think. I think throwing her in there would camp it up a little bit.
I think it will work. It ain't got to be every episode, but if she ain't got to be there all the time. But if she's in court, you know what I'm saying, helping out. If he decides to go into, you know what I'm saying, superhero law, you know what I'm saying, along with his pro bono law, I think it's something they could work out, even if it's two different firms, you know what I'm saying, like a firm in two different places.
Yeah, remember she's based in LA.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They can have a firm in two different places, but still be, you know what I'm saying, Murdoch and, you know what I'm saying, Jennifer, whatever the hell her last name is. Walters.
Now, what was your favorite panel at D23?
Not necessarily a panel. I think my favorite announcement was, bro, I can tell you one thing. I'm hype as
word I used.
I'm hype as ever for Black Panther. That Black Panther is gonna be a game changer. But bro,
he's giving me that for my birthday.
Yeah.
They said your birthday's the 13th, November 13th. Boom, you get a movie on the 11th, early birthday present.
Yeah, but bro, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm excited for the Thunderbolts, but that Secret Invasion trailer with Sam Jackson, bro.
Yeah, I've until I seen that trailer, even though I've been a huge fan of Sam Jackson's Nick Fury, I've always thought they've underutilized him. Because Sam has to be one of the greatest character actors we've ever seen. So we didn't know we were going to get a secret. We never knew we were going to get any type of Marvel TV shows like that, And if we did, we thought they were going to be on Netflix or something.
It was Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Netflix shows that we had. We had Sam Jackson pop up on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. every once in a while to show that, oh yeah, this is credible.
Yes.
But when the movies decided to do different things, and you know what I'm saying, started to stress away from that show because they was trying to hide stuff.
He's gone.
Yeah.
He's missing in action.
Yeah. So it was kind of crazy. That was like what were they doing? That was like it used to remind me of the DC shows, like an Arrow. Have a whole season Deathstroke set up as a villain. Now all of a sudden Warner Brothers wants to use Deathstroke in a movie and they had to take Deathstroke off TV. So all of a sudden the season just changes. So I mean it was cool, but I really feel like he cares about this character.
Yes.
You could tell by the way he portrays it, and I really feel like we've been getting campy. We've got an asshole, you know what I'm saying, Nick Fury. We've gotten campy Nick Fury, like funny Nick Fury, and this is the first time I feel like we're gonna get serious. Like if there's something going on where he's trying to solo everything.
Real Nick Fury, like this is how he's supposed to be played.
So I'm
telling you, there's a chance. Like I was telling Indy in a chat last week, probably a middle of the night fucking message too, because I'm up all night, so randomly I'll be messaging people in the middle of the night with weird ass shit, and I was like, I want to see Nick Fury in Deadpool. Somehow there's a way, like he, even if it's an end credit scene or something, because come on, man, we got to hear Nick Fury. We got to hear Samuel L. Jackson say motherfucker. Now, I'm surprised they haven't slipped it in a movie somehow, because even when we thought it was gonna pop off in fucking Infinity War,
right? Yeah, when he did mother, and then he just turned to dust.
Even in a PG-13 movie, you get one F-bomb.
Mm-hmm.
So,
or if you're Netflix, you get several.
Yes, and titties. I seen titties on Netflix the other day. I don't even know what show I was watching. I was like, ooh. And now,
Cobra Kai went ham, dog. Cobra Kai went ham with motherfuckers, assholes. I was watching this like, huh?
We'll get into that in a little bit. But it's only right. And now with the Secret Invasion being on Disney Plus, and we have Deadpool movie on Disney Plus and all that, there's a chance that we might get a motherfucker out of Samuel L. during Secret Invasion.
A motherfucker out of Samuel Jackson will get as loud as a cheer as Captain America picking up Thor's hammer,
or fucking Robert Downey Jr. saying, "I'm Iron Man."
Yeah. When you hear him go, "Oh no, not this motherfucker," the crowd is gonna go nuts. Or when he looks and finds out that the person he trusted is actually a scroll. It's actually a scroll.
Fucker. I'll be a motherfucker.
Or what I want to see, let Loki pop up and save him out of a situation, and him look at Loki like motherfucker. It's so many different scenarios that could pop off.
Motherfucker. Like that movie moment to me, it'll be like fucking Andrew Garfield jumped through the fucking portal.
Yeah, that would be, man.
I think
that would be the most memed moment in Marvel history if that happens. There would not be a rapper, whether trap, gangster, whatever it is, that is not trying to make some type of simile with that situation.
Exactly.
I'm surprised nobody has a song out right now like called Sam Jackson. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, there's fucking 4 million rappers that come out every day. We might not have just heard the song yet. Go to SoundCloud and search Samuel Jackson, and it might fucking pop up.
Nah, because you know,
want to listen to it.
You know what the problem is? Because they don't respect the Sam Jackson on the same level they respect the Denzel or something like that. Because you got Training Day, not understanding how many dope credits Samuel L. Jackson actually has to his name and everything you know what I'm saying, he's been doing. The man's a legend and deserves that type of, you know what I'm saying, admiration that a lot of these other actors get.
Good point.
Give him his flowers for real.
Getting back to the announcements, we were talking about Thunderbolts. It's funny how Feige went out of his way to express how there's no Avengers right now, even though we know the gang's getting back together really fucking soon.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it might not be the gang that we're used to, but it'll be a fucking. There's gonna be some type of fucking lineup.
He's given us enough TV shows to give us 2-3 lineups right now.
Yeah.
We have like several different combinations of lineups right now. but that's what I like about Feige's perception on what everything is going to be, and that's what I like about the Thunderbolts. Everybody keeps comparing the Thunderbolts to like the Suicide Squad, but I don't see them as like a suicide team. I see this more as a Black Ops team where pieces can move around, but not when, you know what I'm saying, people die. Like, you know what I'm saying? We might see this team in this movie that they have up there. They might do another Thunderbolts flick and the team be totally different.
Yeah.
But still be the Thunderbolts. So the only thing I'm worried about is my man who played General Ross passed away, and the fact that I don't know how the fans will react, just like the Chadwick Boseman thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure if they'll recast him. You know what I'm saying? In order to have a Red Hulk, it might be something where they do something where they do a Red She-Hulk or something like that. I don't see them. I see them honoring that man's memory just like they did Chadwick Boseman and not recasting. Unless you just get Edward Norton and have him be the Red Hulk.
Well, first of all, we know that they don't care about the recasting because of She-Hulk. We now know that the Incredible Hulk movie is canon. Edward Norton, Bruce Banner.
That was one of the funniest things that happened in that show, yo.
Yeah.
I was a totally different person back then.
Literally.
It was
wild.
Yeah, that was wild. But hey, that's the things that I think people are missing out in shows like She-Hulk and shows like Miss Marvel, and different things like that. It doesn't always have to be action. You could tell a story from like a sitcom. Some of the best shows have been nothing but sitcoms without any action. Think of Seinfeld, How I Met Your Mother. Think of the George Lopez show. Just great writing.
Classic. Look at any classic shit before the fucking mid-90s when they started making action shows. Like an action show in the 80s was the A-Team.
Yeah.
You know, like basic sitcoms have always been some of the best shows. Always back, MASH,
Andy Griffith. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Dick Van Dyke. They always been that style, and that's the style of show that we're getting from She-Hulk. And I feel like we're gonna have a couple of other Marvel TV shows that might, you know what I'm saying, have that same type of vibe. What was your favorite announcement you had from D23?
Probably I'm gonna have to go with Secret Invasion also. Just because it's nothing. There's nothing I'm waiting for like that right now, you know. Other than fucking, like, I don't even care about the Fantastic Four. I just want Wolverine.
Yeah, no, I dig you. I'm glad that we actually have a date for Fantastic Four.
Yeah, you know, so it's I'm just now it's nobody knows what's going on. We could, during phase 1 and phase 2, people that are into this shit like we are, we knew what was going to happen with everything.
Mm-hmm.
We knew what was coming, you know, all that shit. We don't know what the fuck's going on now.
Also, I'll be totally honest with you. With anything that I didn't remember, didn't like, they didn't have a bad announcement. Because I even looked at the way I love different aspects of, like, I love Ghost Rider. They're teasing him like crazy. We still don't have a date for Blade. We just know that they're starting, you know what I'm saying, production on that. But man, I feel like they're setting up for the Midnight Suns. They totally, like, during the first part of the press conference that was aired, they blasted that video game everywhere, talking about all different cast members and stuff like that were going to be in the game. And then what did we get? Werewolf by Night. And I'm gonna tell you, I wasn't excited for Werewolf by Night. I'm excited for the stylization that they're doing with Werewolf by Night. That might make that interesting because I love that classic, you know what I'm saying, horror look and everything to it. So I'm looking forward to that with the Teen Wolf, old wolf man. You know what I'm saying? Looking at a werewolf, that might actually be dope and entertaining. And I'm down for if the whole show shot in black and white. You know what I'm saying, with that old style film. So I'm cool. That made me excited for something that wasn't even on my radar. Like, I knew it was coming, but I'm like, you know, it was kind of like what I was for Moon Knight until, like, I watched the first episode. I was like, oh, it's Moon Knight. He's cool in the comics.
That whole Halloween shit, I don't care. I probably won't even watch it. It's not something that excuse me, it's not even like the type of shit I'm interested in. But it's cool. It's cool for them that they're expanding in other shit. And it's not all superhero shit. So
you gotta get to that supernatural shit when you got all these supernatural creatures and stuff. You know what I'm saying, running around. It's not all about superheroes.
yeah, it's I like the Thunderbolts. It's probably tied with Secret Invasion as my favorite because I like the gang of ragtag people they put together.
Yeah.
Like it is a very eclectic bunch of motherfuckers.
Well, it's the Black Widow movie. It's like damn an entire cast of the Black Widow movie.
Yeah. Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah, we're just gonna take this movie and this show and put it together.
I want to see the dynamic between David Harbour's character and fucking oh dude.
There's a lot of dudes on the team. Bucky.
Fucking the new Captain America.
Oh,
old new Captain America.
The old new Captain America.
Yeah.
Bucky, the Winter Soldier. Are you you talking about US Agent?
Yeah, US Agent. That's it.
Bruh, they are going to be at each other's throats.
It's going to be. I think there could be a great comic relief thing.
And you already know it's going to be. I beat Captain America. You know what I'm saying? That whole story he had, that whole entire movie, and then here comes this dude who thought he was Captain America.
They're both very pro country for their respective countries.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be interesting to see how they coexist on this ragtag team of anti-heroes, I guess you could say.
I'm looking forward to it, but I'm also looking forward to the new Black Widow. Just for she was one of the best parts of the Hawkeye show when she came in, and you could saw that just how she played off of Haley Steinfeld, you know what I'm saying, different things like that. And it was just a different aspect to her, you know what I'm saying, to her character that you got, except for like when she was with Natasha. So her possibly leading a team, you know what I'm saying, is going to be interesting, especially when it's a team of her peers. And how Bucky takes direction from, you know what I'm saying, from somebody he possibly doesn't respect. Because everybody he's taken direction from has been people he admired. So it's going to be interesting what he does, you know what I'm saying, in that situation. I want to see how he gets wrapped into what's going on. Because I told you about this. I was like, he's the oddball. There's no reason for him to be there. And then one of the big talks we had about that Thunderbolts team is, where's Zemo? And I could see Bucky being there if Zemo's there. So it makes me wonder, like, who's in that Taskmaster suit? Because Zemo's probably the only one that can't just walk around freely, no matter, you know what I'm saying, no matter what. They're not letting him out of jail. You know what I'm saying? Just to do what he wants to do. So how do we get him out? Let's say he's this person. You know what I'm saying? So we can use him for what we need him for.
Maybe.
And that's why Bucky's there, to make sure that he doesn't, you know what I'm saying, disappear and get out of line. So that would be interesting.
Yeah.
It's cool. I can't wait. D23 was okay. It wasn't as hype as other ones because there's a lot of Phase 6 dates that have to be filled. They got like 8 dates.
Bro, like with all this with the stuff they didn't announce at Comic-Con, for them, I thought this was a little lackluster for the stuff they didn't announce at Comic-Con. Like we for sure thought there'd be some type of fucking Fantastic Four announcements besides the date. Like, here's the fucking cast.
But they did announce the director, which
they've been
I guess, but nah, we wanted mutants. We wanted at least a mutant. At least if you weren't gonna give us the XMen, at least tell us Namor's a mutant. You know what I'm saying? Like, we thought we were gonna get a Scarlet Witch solo film.
Or be like, here's Deadpool 3.
Yeah, how are we not getting anything from Deadpool? No new footage, no new nothing on Blade. I mean, they did do something with Black Panther. We did get a possibility of Ryan Coogler actually doing Avengers Secret Wars, which would be interesting.
And is that before or after Fantastic Four?
That's after Fantastic Four, Avengers Kang Dynasty, and then Avengers Secret Wars. Secret Wars ends phase 6.
Besides Fantastic, like they might wait the Secret Wars to fucking bring these mutants in.
Yeah. We had nothing on Guardians.
Too fucking long for me. Yeah,
we had, because that's 2 years away,
maybe longer.
Yeah, we got nothing on Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Nothing.
You know, it's like
it's wrapped, it's done. I mean, they're editing and shit, but I know they got a fucking sizzle reel.
I mean, even Ryan Coogler bought like footage of, you know what I'm saying, a battle scene between M'Baku and Namor. You know what I'm saying? Man, I just want even past Wolverine. I want Cyclops. I want Storm. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like Storm will be perfect for this Black Panther Wakanda Forever film.
Yeah.
Or maybe she's in there and we don't know about it. You know,
we know.
Yeah, that ain't too much.
There's no secrets anymore.
Yeah. But you think you would have something with Blade, even if it's Mahershala Ali just coming out saying, "Hey, we're moving along. I read the script. It's X." You know what I'm saying? Just talk to us. Like let us know that everything's gonna be okay.
No, we heard his voice, and that's all we're gonna get.
Yeah, we did get the confirmation for Loki that Loki's coming next year. So I mean, for me and you, that's excellent because we love that.
That's still out of everything that's been done, that's still my favorite show.
Yeah, so I'm happy about that. The Agatha, they gave us a date for Agatha, so I mean that was cool because I like that character. I like the lady that plays her. She's entertaining, and I can see where that show would be entertaining.
Now, how long until we get a Wong show? Because Marvel knows they have to do it.
Is money right now, dude, and it can't just be Wong. It has to be.
They have to do it.
It has to be Wong and Madison with a Y.
Well,
but not where you think it is.
Somehow for something, but Wong and the actor who plays Wong are very entertaining. He was made to play the character. He's made the character his own, and people want to know what the fuck he's doing.
Right? They want to know why he's sitting there watching The Sopranos or This Is Us.
Yeah, yeah.
So dude,
we'll get into She-Hulk too, but I don't think there's anything else really. I didn't really pay attention too much stuff from D23. Like I looked at all the convention stuff that Jean was at online. I was looking at all that because all the fans are posting shit, tagging him on Facebook. Like my Facebook feed was a bunch of shit of him getting tagged in while I was there. And all the shit that you sent me, if it was something that I was interested in, I went and I looked. Other than that, I didn't really. It was like I said, it was lackluster. And to me, it wasn't really. I mean, we know we're getting 2 Avengers movies,
which we already knew because they had already announced Kang. They already announced Secret Wars. We just
don't know who the Avengers are going to be.
We know when we're getting them. That's the thing. We didn't know when they were coming before. Now we know when we're getting them.
We know Secret Wars is going to have more characters than it's ever been on screen before, and that's saying a lot because look at fucking Infinity War and Endgame.
So that makes it interesting to me. But
we know Steve Rogers is coming back. We know Chris Evans is coming back in some capacity. Why it hasn't been announced yet? There's enough evidence flown around the internet. We know it'll be eventually that he'll be back. We know that Robert Downey Jr. is going to use his voice in What If
season 2, which was a big thing because think about it. He's using his voice in What If. Where else is Iron Man's voice prominent, especially when it comes to Riri Williams and that virtual Tony Stark? You know what I'm saying? With something where he don't have to dress up in no suit or nothing. All he got to do is just go do voiceover. He might be down with that for a bit.
I think eventually Tony Stark will be back in MCU, more than just a voice. just for the simple fact that he hasn't really done too much since he offed himself in Endgame. And the things he has done, his little shit fucking bomb.
I was just gonna say that Dr. Doom, and I'm not gonna hate him on that. It was the most creative version of Dr. Doolittle I ever seen.
Yes,
it was interesting, but that movie was meant for, I don't know who that was meant for,
bro. You
can't walk around and do a movie like that where you're on boats and going through jungles and stuff like that when your movie is going up against the stuff The Rock is doing. He did the jungle thing already.
It's eventually he's gonna need some money. So, and Marvel will be happy to give him a shitload of fucking bread and a back-end piece.
And I think he loves the character and he loves the fan base too.
Yeah.
He really cares about that character. And I think if they could write something that's meaningful in order for him to come back, he would. I would love a proper Civil War movie.
Well, did you watch that? Did you watch that video I sent you, that TikTok conspiracy theory video about the Soul Stone?
Yeah,
we might get him and fucking Natasha back that way.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think that's too much on the nose because that is exactly what the Soul Stone is. But
it's also an easy way to do it though, too.
Yeah, I don't think anything that they do is actually going to be super easy. But we have to remember, one of the aspects of everything that's happening that we all forget about, there is a Vision out there that we haven't seen in like over a year and a half.
There's a white Vision.
Everybody keeps forgetting that he's just flying around somewhere.
He's just out visioning up about.
So
yeah, that's yeah, and you know what? Until you just mentioned him, it's not that I forgot about him, but I forgot about him. You know,
yeah, like, they want you to forget about.
We talking about all this shit, and it's like, oh, okay. But I could see. I mean, it's an easy way for them to bring him back without making some type of weird fucking time machine. Well, they don't got to do a weird time machine as they start bringing more mutants in, or and so.
Fucking Franklin Richards pops out of nowhere and just fucking rewrites reality on his own.
So it's who knows what's gonna come about, but I can see him coming back. MCU rumor mill, Henry Cavill, maybe Dr. Doom.
That would be the best casting in the world, and it'd be not on the nose cast.
There's a lot of chatter about it happening.
And that'll be the perfect cast for him, because what does everybody want him to be? Hyperion or Captain Britain, the exact same characters that he's been in every other show or movie he's been in.
Exactly.
And you get him as Dr. Doom, the guy who was, you know what I'm saying, chiseled from stone, you know what I'm saying, gorgeous. You put some scars and stuff on his face, you know what I'm saying. You put him in, and he's broad enough and big enough to be put in that suit. And it's a character that he personally loves. So I know he'll do it proper because he does everything proper. I don't care what nobody says. There hasn't been a better Superman that fit that suit and you know what I'm saying, just look like hope, like Henry Cavill.
They had to take the padding out the suit.
Mm-hmm.
They had the muscle padding in there, and it just was not working.
Yeah, I mean, people keep talking about Brandon Routh, and though Brandon Routh looked the most like the classic Superman, he was good for what he did. He was in a bad movie.
Yeah.
But if you say Man of Steel, that's what Henry Cavill is Man of Steel. The only other person that I say could do that is Dwayne Johnson. And he can't because he's black. So, you know what I'm saying? Because they took the padding out that Black Adam suit.
They didn't even put no padding in it. They already knew that they didn't have to put no padding in it. They're like, well, we got to put padding in this shit for? This motherfucker's huge. That's
crazy. But all in all, D23, other than some, you know what I'm saying, some Star Wars stuff that it was announced, I am looking forward for Andor. I do want to see the Ahsoka show, but no movies, nothing to look forward to on that aspect. But yeah, Marvel movies are coming, and Phase 6, it's like 8 slots they haven't even said anything about. So
there's a lot of stuff that, like I said, there's a lot of stuff we're waiting for that they haven't announced that I thought they would have already announced.
Yeah, they're gonna make us wait on it. I think they don't want to announce, because they did do that once where they announced stuff too early. I think the last time when they announced Blade, all this stuff, it was too soon. It was too early when none of this stuff was even going to be out yet. I think they learned that lesson, and they're not going to announce stuff until it's time. You know what I'm saying? For it to come out.
Makes sense.
So,
well, let's get into one of the reasons why we're here.
The only reason we're here, where he was like, we have to pod.
I blew through it. Like I didn't watch it the first week because I've been in like I'll go months without even watching anything. Like I'm not watching anything. Like I'm watching TikToks and maybe playing something on Xbox. But I've been watching and catching up on stuff because I haven't really watched shit like that since before I opened the studio. Like I had years of stuff to catch up on. Better Call Saul, Mayans, and all that. You know, I caught up on Better Call Saul. Then they finished off, the series. I even waited a week to watch the series finale of that because I didn't want it to be over. And I did, and I watched it, and it ended as good as it could have ended. You know, they really killed it as them motherfucker. What the hell is this motherfucker doing? You're gonna get us, kid. We're on a new YouTube, motherfucker. Oh my god. You never know what this guy's gonna do. Anyway. I didn't watch it last week. I was catching up on Mayans MC. I started it day before yesterday, ran through the 10 episodes, finished it last night. I was thoroughly enjoyed. It's I mean,
Terry Silver is the best villain that show has had the entire run of the show.
Well, yeah.
Hands down. Like I to be totally honest with you, when he took over and you knew he was gonna be the main villain, especially at the last season, it's like, oh, this is gonna be some bullshit. Nah, he is the most conniving mastermind. Like they defeated this dude by luck. Basically, it was luck.
Maybe.
Because it should have been all types of trespassing charges and stuff put on them kids.
Bro. Bro. That's just hilarious.
A lawyer with money would have had a field day with these kids. They all be in juvie.
No, they wouldn't, because they're all older. That's one thing I gotta talk about this season. All of a sudden, these motherfuckers old enough to have keggers and shit.
And they're letting them have them.
Bro, I almost called you in the middle of the night while I was watching this shit. I watched that episode where they're having a party at the apartment complex. It was like 4 o'clock in the morning. I almost called you and been like, bro, how fucking old are these kids?
Do you remember you remember last season where Tori was working at?
Yeah. So it's like, bro.
15 working at the strip club.
Where were, like, I don't remember no high school. I just remember the last thing I remember happened in high school is Miguel fell off the motherfucking stairs and busted his back, and then all of a sudden they're adults. There's no high school graduation, no college visits, nothing.
They were in school for like 2 episodes, if that, for like a scene episode.
Like, how old are these kids? But if you think about it, what grades were these kids in the first season? We're on season 5.
Right. I think they were freshmen the first season. I think they were juniors this season, and they're going into their senior year next season.
Well, all I know, they're not motherfucking old enough to be drinking.
My sophomore, junior, and senior year, I went to Keckers. So I hung around a lot of rich frat kids.
Like, that's pretty irresponsible for Netflix to promote that.
Have you seen Euphoria on HBO Max?
No, I actually haven't watched it.
Yeah, a sophomore girl like doing an OnlyFans, like it's all types of shit going on that show.
I know Zendaya just won an Emmy for it.
It's good. It's good writing. I have to get that. And this season of Cobra Kai probably has some of the best writing out of, you know what I'm saying, all the seasons.
It's written very well. I like how it became a darker tone.
Mm-hmm.
A little more. It kind of moved away from some MCU to some like DC shit.
It wasn't just a darker tone. They understood where to put the comedy, you know what I'm saying, in it, even in the dark parts. Let's think about the comedic elements of the fight when they were in the Cobra Kai dojo, or the situation between Ronnie and the black kid, you know what I'm saying, like that. Those are tense moments that were broken up by laughter and jokes, you know what I'm saying, from random kids. I mean, they went from getting ready to beat the crap out of each other to having. I still don't understand how this worked. This might be the weirdest thing in the season for me, but the race on the slides, and it's two totally different sides,
bro.
I'm like, okay, whatever, makes sense to you guys.
Whatever. Peyton List is in a bikini.
Yeah, she's only in the show. That's what bothers me about shows like this and Game of Thrones. Like, am I wrong because they're playing younger kids, but like they're really grown in real life because you find them attractive when they're doing whatever, but they're only like 15 on the show? Like, because Game of Thrones, the young lady is 21, but she's playing a fucking 12-year-old.
Bro, they gotta be. I'm thinking they gotta be over 21 now in the show because they're drinking. Oh, yeah. You're talking about the gig economy and working gig hustles, and you got to be 21 to do that.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know.
Presenting as 21, so that's what I'm going with.
I don't know. Do they do that in California with the deliver to you cell phones to you and set them up?
Maybe in LA.
Yeah, that I was like, what the fuck?
They have Geek Squad. Geek Squad will deliver you a phone.
Yeah, and watching Joey Lawrence try to do all those different jobs at one time and then get the 1-star ratings. And did I say Joey Lawrence?
He didn't even realize the point of it. It was to get the 5-star rating.
Yeah, it was funny. It smelled like beer. There's beer in the car. Like, just him staying in character the entire time, and then the growth in that character through the season is crazy.
Yeah.
Watching Daniel have regression, you know what I'm saying? Like, them just totally flip spots, but them able to do it in the minimum number of episodes that they have to do all this character growth with every single friggin' important character is just nuts to me.
Yeah. Daniel, he kind of got on my fucking nerves this season, you know. Chosen was hilarious.
Chosen is so left field from the character we saw in the movie. Yeah. But ride or die. Like, Chosen is the dude I want with me going to war.
See, and he could play it like that because we don't know how his life went after he lost that match.
Right.
The next 30-some years went, you know?
Yeah, dealing with being humbled and trying to build back up from that and realizing he was wrong in what he was doing, you know what I'm saying, and try to repair those relationships. And then him finally saying how he loved Kamiko, but didn't want to say anything because of how Daniel felt. But I'm like, bro, Daniel's been married for how many years? Like,
speaking of him being married, we had 3. We had 2 people come back.
Mm-hmm.
We had Mr. Barnes come back,
which
we knew, but he's back. Played the character perfectly too. Played really well. And then we also seen how Daniel met his wife,
which is nuts. That I was yeah, like my bad. You know what I'm saying? I was banging your cousin. Now I'm on you. Daniel's a pimp. Daniel Russo is a pimp. Like, man, if you look at how he moved, you know what I'm saying? And then he could have his wife and Kamiko get along and, like, you know what I'm saying? Just move on.
Well, Julie and Mike Barnes come back this season. It was cool. When Julie popped up on screen, I was like, oh, she didn't age well.
No, not at all.
I was like, oh, she didn't age well at all.
Not at all. But
all the flashback scenes, how they cut back and forth, worked real well. I loved how with his fight, how Daniel used the whole fucking Quicksilver shit on him. And I like how they did the flashback and intercut all the old scenes and like that. And watching those intercuts, them splices made me realize why I love movies so much. Like, we're watching this show that's all state of the art, you know how it's shot and everything, cameras, whatever. And then they're splicing in all this film footage of the movie. And that film footage, even though it wasn't crystal clear, it just looked perfect.
The way they spliced it in, it made it like a memory. You remember, like in the old shows where they would do like the flashbacks and it'd be like hazy, especially Saved by the Bell did it the best because they did it like twice every episode. But it made it look like you were watching the memory, and then they would have the voiceovers, you know what I'm saying, while it was going, and it just moved the story along. It was probably more cost effective for them to put that film footage in there, you know what I'm saying, to save money on trying to film stuff. So it was real smart. Johnny ended up knocking Miguel's mom up, and Miguel, she is so bad. Good, props to Johnny. She's probably one of the baddest girls on the show.
We also the beginning of the season also found Johnny and Robbie on a road trip in Mexico to go get Miguel, even though Robbie didn't know that's what they were doing, which was I like the whole show. Excuse me, I like the whole season. Johnny's just lying about fucking shit to get people to do shit or whatever openly, and he's not even giving a fuck whatsoever. And like back to back, he's lying, and these people are just fucking gullible as fuck.
He lied to them kids at least 5 times in the first 3 episodes, and they kept falling for it.
Hilarious.
Robbie's
not even home. Walk in here. Robbie walks out the bedroom.
I thought you said he wasn't home, and then the reversing the door handles and gluing all the windows shut so they couldn't get out.
Yep. And of course he'd do that and fucking throw the only key in the fucking garbage disposal, because fuck trying to have to get out of the apartment yourself.
Right. It's crazy, man. It's just a well written show, man, and it's well paced as well. And I think that's why they could do 1 or 2 more seasons. I don't think this is something that's gonna last like 8-9 seasons. I do believe like 7 might be the limit. It might be pushing it a little bit. But I could see
you got to get over karate after a minute. Like,
you got to learn something else. Can't just be karate.
But I was watching William Zabka on some interview, some podcast. It's gonna bother me. I can't remember now. I got to go to YouTube and see which one it was. But he thinks that they got like 1 or 2 more seasons.
Mm-hmm.
And then they'll go ahead and maybe wrap it up with a trilogy with movies.
There was an announcement that there's a Karate Kid movie in the works right now. Yeah,
but we don't know what it is. They just said it's a new Karate Kid movie.
As long as it's not Jackie Chan, I'm cool.
So we don't know if it's a reboot. We don't know if it has anything to do with Cobra Kai.
If they were smart, it would have something to do with Cobra Kai.
Or, bro, Sony is a studio that's king of throwing shit against the wall and see if it's going to stick. All the Spider-Verse shit there, fucking. I've tried to watch Morbius twice since the first time I watched it. Like, you know what? Let me try to watch it again. Maybe I was just in a bad mood that day. Nope. Fuck that movie.
And this time you can't blame it on the actor. Well, you couldn't blame it on him last time for his interpretation of Joker, but it was just a bad written movie. He did. He tried all he could do with what he got for a script. So it's just that Morbius is not a character that's entertaining solo. So you
everything
need
happens too fast.
Yeah.
Like you get a whole big ass like, bro, 13 seconds into the movie, you're like, holy shit, that's a lot of information to digest.
Mm-hmm.
They rush it. Yeah, I don't care. I don't need a Morbius movie.
No, not at all. Just give me my Sinister Six and put Morbius in it. That's all you had to do.
There you go. I don't need origin films or bootleg ass origin films of all these villains. Put them in a movie. Then maybe from that movie we might want to see some solo films. But don't waste money on shit when you don't need to. But that's what Sony does. They don't give a fuck.
But
they're doing all this shit hoping that Marvel's going to help out.
What's Marvel say? No, we only want Spider-Man. And since you won't let us hold Venom, we ain't got shit for you. Mm-hmm. But speaking about Cobra Kai, which airs on Netflix, man, there's some news coming out that Netflix is thinking of moving to a weekly model. Mm-hmm. How do you feel about that? Because shows like Cobra Kai, I mean, there's some stuff that I do watch like weekly on that. Like I watch an episode here, episode there. It wouldn't bother me. But like, man, when Cobra Kai, Stranger Things, stuff like that drop, I'm watching all that in a day or two tops.
Well, you gotta remember, we come from an era where we got 23 episodes in a season, and then we only had June, July, and August with no TV, with no new shit. We just had reruns. Right. And then boom, we got into another season. Now we get anywhere from 6 to 13 episodes in a season. And then we wait anywhere from 9 to 26 months for the next season.
Mm-hmm.
So there's certain things that I won't watch. Like when they drop like weekly model shit, some shit I'll watch right away. Like soon as it drops, like I usually watch She-Hulk at like fucking 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. It drops at 2, Dexter, New Blood. I didn't watch none of it until a week before the last episode. Boom, watch all the episodes except the last episode. Boom, binged. That's usually what I'll do. I'll wait a couple weeks. That's what I do with the Young Rock. I love that show. I don't watch it till the season's over.
That show is written so freaking good. I do the same thing with that. Like you just said, Dexter, Young Rock, Young Sheldon, Dave. I don't watch none of them until the season's over, so I keep going because I hate waiting on them shows. Like there's only certain shows that I can wait for, and I think because they're set up as events and the seasons are a little bit longer, like you said, when it comes to like Game of Thrones, Walking Dead, you know what I'm saying, different stuff like that, because I know it's going to be on for 4 months.
Cobra Kai season 5 was shot like a 5-hour movie.
Yeah, it could have just been a movie.
It could have been 2 movies, boom. And that's what I'm thinking. Maybe they're alluding to when he was talking about maybe a trilogy where they'll take, we just finished season 5, maybe another season or 2. And I could see them doing 10 seasons, but the last 3 seasons be broken down into like movies type shit. Like we'll get season 6 and 7 on Netflix or something, and then we'll get fucking a trilogy to close out the universe. Or it might not have been a trilogy throughout. It might be a movie with a season after the movie leading into another movie, because now that we know we got some type of Karate Kid fucking property coming out in 2024. But it was a season of growth for everybody. Even though we've seen Danielson fucking let David Silver get the best of him, we also seen his wife, once she found out how bad Silver fucked with him when he was a teenager, thanks to Julie,
changed
he changed her whole attitude towards him and helped him, find himself again, So I liked how the kids grew. Miguel and Robbie burying the hatchet and then squashing their beef and shit. Going back to the beginning of the season when they went to, get Miguel from Mexico or try to find Miguel in Mexico. And then he realized that his dad's a piece of shit inadvertently. So that was crazy.
Man, it's just all been really good when it comes to that. And I can't hate on nothing about that show. Even the quirky stuff, like the stuff that's annoying, was good. So I ain't gonna complain about nothing. I like it.
Yeah, it was it ended well. Like I said, they tried not to have it real campy. That's how when that party scene first unfolded and you see the overhead shot and I see the beer pong table, I was like, what is going on? Like how old are these kids? That's exactly, look at Dex. Dex is just wandering in. You're on camera, but
yeah. I think that had to do with that 80s feel, because that's what they did back in the 80s when they went to parties. And I think that was just that vibe from that.
And then I seen the keg, and then I seen the Jello shots. First you seen the beer pong tables. I was like, wait, how old are they? And then I seen them clean up the dude cleaning up, and he was grabbing Coca-Cola cans. I was like, all right, we're playing beer pong with Coca-Cola, whatever. And then I seen him with the Jello shots. I was like, oh, they're getting drunk. Oh shit. Then it was like the keg. I was like, oh, what the fuck? How old are they? They're like, from that point, the only thing that stuck out in my head was how old are they? And this is the worst party scene ever because nobody knew how to fucking dance. It looked generic as shit.
Miguel was on the couch getting his groove on though.
Oh yeah, and old girl's mad.
Yeah, so mad she was getting ready to beat the mess out of Tori for no reason. And Tori's just trying to tell her what was going on.
That shit was funny.
But you saw
like how they squashed their beef. Everybody squashed beefs.
I like how they got away from Miss Lawrence and Tori having that fight by having Tori feel guilty and leaving, so they could save like their rematch for later instead of having it right there. That was so smooth because I was mad. I was like, man, I really want to see this. And then they was like, nah, we're not going to give it to you yet. They teased it and then took it away from us.
Exactly. And how the season ended with John Kreese escaping from prison. What the fuck? Why did this? He is the dumbest motherfucker ever. He's really dumb.
That is the worst prison ever.
Worse.
Like, bruh, you fake your death and you're able to steal the key card and just walk out the prison.
Why did Doctor taste it? You're not. If you think it's fake blood, you're not gonna taste it.
And then it's not like
fuck.
It's not. I understand you are a hardcore Marine, right? But you're one of the most recognizable people in that area. You're not gonna get too far before you get caught.
You're old as fuck, bro.
He could barely walk. They were cutting his scenes with his fighting and stuff last season where he was, wasn't fighting as much as how old he was. So it's gonna be interesting. So with Silver getting locked up, right? And with everything that's set up, we already know that old girl who's the granddaughter of the guy that taught him, them how to fight.
Yeah.
We already know that she's still probably gonna set up Cobra Kai in order to be able to, fight in that competition or some remnants of what's gonna happen.
That means we need a female on our side, and none of the girls could do it. None of the Tori and old girl can't do it because they're not women yet, even though they get drunk off the keg. But who's gonna come through? Motherfucking Hillary Swank.
Yeah, they did fight her. They did fight her. They stood up and but she wasn't trying to hurt them kids.
Yeah.
If she really wanted to hurt them kids, she could have hurt them kids. So it's going to be interesting in how they play out next season. Everything goes on, and if she goes get some more people to be on her side, you know what I'm saying. And I like how
Hilary Swank is who you go. You bring her back into the fold to fight old girl, because that's the only real. That's only the fucking, unless Kamiko's gonna come out and she know fucking that shit too.
Yeah, because Kamiko trained under Mr. Miyagi. Yeah,
I believe so.
Yeah, so but let Chosen get some, dog, before he gets old. Like let him go professors. I have to. I don't want.
He got sliced up with that sword.
Yeah, I want to see that. I don't want to see that happen off screen either. I want to see that conversation he has with Kamiko, because they've been leading up to that voicemail he left. he ain't got no iOS 16. He can't delete that voicemail before she see it.
Hey, he was lit.
He Long Island's, dog. Gone.
He's like, you're off tonight. Get whatever you want. He said a Long Island iced tea, and I started laughing.
He was like, I was sitting out with 2 Max and he's toasted. That's exactly what I said. 2 Max.
1.
Yeah. And for Joy and all them being like alcoholics, dog, they kind of lightweights, because he was going off White Claws.
He's like, I want a White Claw.
That sounds badass.
Spit it out.
And then kept drinking it. Because that's why I'm not wasting on alcohol. I'm gonna keep drinking it.
Oh, I will. I don't give a fuck. Nasty. Fuck that. I'll give it to somebody. I'll be like, here, you drink this.
Yeah, but all that's cool. Season 6 is gonna be looked forward to. I can't wait. I really can't wait. It's been a lot of good movies and a lot of good shows on Netflix on the low lately. Speaking
of Netflix, it is filming on Netflix right now, or filming for Netflix. Set photos have been popping up for the last 2 weeks. The first one was Eddie Murphy in his signature fucking Detroit Lions varsity jacket, but he was also in a sling, so he gets injured in some way in the movie. Also on set were John Astin and Judge Reinhold reprising their roles as Sergeant Taggart and fucking Billy. I forget his name. So it's and I think it's gonna be. I wonder how Netflix is gonna work to release, especially the way that Top Gun's kicking ass. Because when you one of the other top 5 movies of the 80s was Beverly Hills Cop, so it'll be interesting to see if they put it in theaters for a longer release than they usually do for movies.
Yeah, I want to see. I want to see what happens with that. I also want to see why they haven't remade The Golden Child or friggin' Last Dragon.
That's probably rights.
Yeah,
all rights issues probably.
Man, I want a Last Dragon remake. I just don't want BET to do it. Let Ryan Coogler, or what's the dude who did Us and all that. You know what I'm saying? Let one of them handle that. Let them do that. Yeah. Let Jordan Peele do it.
Yeah, I'm interested because, like I said, the whole nostalgia train is chugging along, and Beverly Hills Cop is one of my favorite movies of all time, and I've been waiting for this. It was supposed to be a TV show at CBS. They even filmed a pilot.
I remember that.
But it didn't go through because they wanted more of Eddie Murphy, and Eddie Murphy's like, I'm not coming to do a show every week, bro.
Yeah, I remember that. And I watched Beverly Hills Cop. I think I watched 2 because we had to watch movies. And remember, I saw the first one, never saw the other ones. Beverly Hills Cop 2 was very entertaining. Like, yeah. I was surprised at how much it held up. And I'm one of them now where I like Beverly Hills Cop more than I even like Lethal Weapon. So
I'm interested in how long until we get the last Lethal Weapon, because even though Richard Donner died, Donner's kids had a meeting with fucking Mel Gibson, and they want Mel Gibson to take over as a director. I don't care. See, I have no problem separating the person away from the artist. Like, no matter what controversy surrounds Mel Gibson at any given time, there's going to be a chance I'm going to watch whatever movie he's fucking directing because he's good at what he does. I'm an atheist, and Passion of Christ is a fucking dope ass movie.
Yeah, the way he shot that was
fucking fire. Braveheart, great.
Braveheart is damn near a top 10 film for me.
Yeah,
so I definitely get what you're going there.
But I'm on the nostalgia train. I'm all for it. We know that we're getting a Karate Kid movie in 2024. Like I said, who knows what it's gonna about? We know we're getting another Ghostbusters movie. That's in the works. There probably will be another Top Gun movie because you don't do $1 billion and not do a sequel or sequel. So we'll see how that plays out. Going back to the start of the show, when I was talking about Better Call Saul, it was probably the series finale. Well, the last season was really probably one of the best final seasons I've seen. You know, this Vince Gilligan and the team over there and Peter Engel and the team over at Better Call Saul are like they were born to work together. You know, it's crazy that you go through 5 outstanding seasons or 6, however you want to categorize it, because they cut that last season in half. 5A, 5B, or however they did it. You know, Breaking Bad went down as one of the greatest, television shows of all time. It's up there in my top 5 with The Wire, Sopranos, and Breaking Bad. In no particular order, because The Sopranos is always going to be number 1 to me, with The Wire being number 2. But it's for them to rebound and go out with the spinoff and open up this world even more and have it be just as good of a show, if not better, is insane. And they're 2 for 2 with the way the shows progressed over the 5 years and the way the shows ended. It was insane. It was sad to see it end, and knowing that world is over. Even though we may not get a Gus Fring prequel type thing. Even though Mr. Esposito is getting a little too old to play a younger version of Gus Fring.
You heard that?
Yeah.
He going now.
But it was a good series. Sad to see it end. We'll see if we get any more glimpses into the world of the Breaking Bad universe.
I would love that, man. I would really like to see, more go on with that, because I'll be totally honest with you. I'm one of them that got on the bandwagon of that late. And I
didn't watch Breaking Bad until 2 weeks before the final season started. I was like, all right, let me give this a shot. I watched all 4 seasons in like 2 days. I didn't leave the house. It was in the winter. I was just in the house watching, waiting. I love the universe. And another thing I caught up on and all caught up with now is Mayans MC. Spin-off series of Sons of Anarchy. I watched the first season, diehard. I was a big Sons of Anarchy fan. But even though my interest in the series waned as the series went on, because with each new season, they kind of jumped the shark a little more and more. Like it's one thing to have a series about a outlaw motorcycle club, but you could kind of root it a little more realistic than what they did as the series went on, But it was an awesome show. I think Mayans I like Mayans a little bit more. Just because I identify where they shoot it at they shoot it in El Centro and Calexico, California, which is about an hour and a half east of San Diego. they're towns that I spent significant amounts of time in. So as they're driving around the city on the bikes and everything, like I notice things, I know where they're at. Storyline's great, the writing's great, the acting's phenomenal. Season 4 came, and it just came out like May, June, or whatever. What the season finale was in June, I believe. So I just binge watched seasons, because I watched season 1 like half of season 2. So, and that was been years, So I started season 2 over, watched season 2, watched season 3, and then watched all of season 4. And how it ended was like crazy. Like, it's my favorite character on that show is getting to the point where I don't like him anymore, and that just is a testament to the actor who portrays this character and how much he's killing this role. It's insane. But Elgin James is killing it. We know Kurt Sutter left FX and the show after people on set didn't like his behavior. That's like, they call them inappropriate. There's some people that are not inappropriate. They're just not made for the times that we're in nowadays. So I can only imagine if I was a showrunner. Like, it'd be hard for me to bite my tongue all the time and not be myself, in fear of the woke culture at some point.
The woke culture, I feel like, destroys people, man, at times.
I want to, but that's what I've been doing and catching up on. I also, I got a little bit people that watch this show and know me. They know I've been working on a show idea for a long time that I will have the opportunity to pitch to somebody significant in Hollywood. But I've kind of had writer's block, but crazy writer's block. But I came up with an idea for another show for a revival season.
And what is this?
Californication. A show that would never make it on the air today because how it was. But I have a great idea for a revival, the beginnings of a revival season for it, since that's popular to do nowadays. But other than that, that's kind of all the shit I wanted to get into. There's one more thing that I want to get into, and that kind of comes on the Disney tip, and that'll be the crazy white backlash from a black Little Mermaid.
Yo,
that's something that I think we needed to touch on this show, because we do talk about entertainment related things, and it's just crazy. It's my TikTok For You page started off very like pro black Little Mermaid, pro black Ariel, like, and it was awesome. I watched the trailer. Just I don't give a fuck. It's a fucking mermaid. I didn't know mermaid had races. First of all, I thought the mermaid was a race. So whatever color they were, whether it was blue, whatever. And then I see all these memes of people sharing these memes and like duetting these other people going off about the move. Like, they're seriously disheartened and pissed off that Disney would cast a black woman to play a mermaid. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's the dumbest thing in the world, man. And my thing is, the people that are upset about this, that are really throwing like a fucking crazy hoopla about what's going on, and then them talking about, oh, the mermaid was casted. That's not even what the original mermaid, supposed to look like. The mermaid in the Disney film that they remember was cast to look like Alyssa Milano, who isn't even, who's ethnic herself, to start off with. That's who they wanted her to look like, because that's who was popular at the time. So, I mean, she's not even, that Little Mermaid technically isn't even Caucasian. if she's supposed to look like Alyssa Milano. Come on, man.
It just goes to show you how racist America is still. There's
she blow
people,
and she blow, and what really matters is she blows the original voice for Ariel out the friggin' water, to the point where they had to create 4 new songs. Now I'm gonna tell you like on the black side how I feel like some of my black people feel. I don't care who you race swap, who you gender bend, or whatever. If that crab ain't Jamaican, I'm boycotting this movie.
I do want to clear something up, though. There's been a lot of people talking about this and saying that Ariel is okay with being that color because that it takes place in the Caribbean because of the crab's accent. Now, I don't know how they cast that the accent or that actor for the animated movie, but the imagery of the movie, the boats, the castles, and all that is kind of like a Dutch type shit.
Right.
No, all we know is this shit takes place in the Atlantic, but who cares what the fucking mermaid is? It could have been a Chinese mermaid. It could have been a motherfucking well, I guess not a Russian mermaid. We don't like Russia right now, right?
Right. No, we don't.
So, boo to Russia. But yeah, I'm all for I'm all for Miss Bailey. Miss Bailey sung her ass off. That trailer is pretty dope. I liked it. And it's weird.
They got Melissa McCartney or whatever playing Ursula, and excuse me, she's not purple.
Yeah. What the fuck?
How you gonna be upset with that? She's not purple. I need a recasting. I need somebody purple to play Ursula.
It's crazy. Oh man, it's just it's hard for me to even talk about it because it's
so stupid.
Weird. Yeah, it's like you're really mad about it. Like race is that important to you? But Elizabeth Taylor played Cleopatra. That's okay.
Think about who played Jesus. Think about Othello. You know what I'm saying? He played with Othello. Think about any Egyptian movie.
Yeah.
Cleopatra. Prince of Persia.
Middle East. Yeah. I wanted to talk about that because that was it's been bothering me the past couple days. It was it kind of trickled in. Like the reactions afterwards, like I said, were pretty positive. Then they started on that bullshit. Then all of a sudden the floodgate. You know what? Once you could have a crowd of 1,000 people, and once everybody could act cool with everything, and then one person voices their opinion against it, that it just emboldens the rest of the other people who feel that way to chime in. And next thing you know, you got a fucking mob of racist people mad because fucking a mermaid is not white. They didn't get mad about Will Smith being a genie.
Nah, or they didn't. Or if you want to take it back to this, Tropic Thunder, with Robert Downey Jr. having blackface on. Mm-hmm. That was a cinematic masterpiece, and he acted his ass off.
So yeah, I don't care who the fuck the mermaid is.
Which honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you, I believe he did, but so I'm never gonna knock him for that because he did act his ass off.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's ever said anything wrong about that. But yeah, grow the fuck up. It was awesome seeing on TikTok all these little black girls watching the trailer and seeing and realizing for the first time that Ariel is black.
Because they only had one other like black princess, and they don't even consider her a princess.
Yeah. So it's I'm all for it. I don't care. Fuck you, little racist bitches. Lights, camera, action. We're back in a way. Remember, youtube.com/Villain Radio presents all our past episodes. Villain Radio Network or youtube.com/Villain Radio Network. We're going to try to get back to a weekly thing. Like I said, it's a good chance it's not going to be live. It just kind of worked out this way that this was live, or we were able to go live tonight. So there's a good chance this will be pre-recorded and then premiered on YouTube and Facebook and such.
Something different.
But yeah, so stay tuned. The more we know, the more you guys will know. And until next time, remember, Sunday nights, 7-ish, Sunday dinner, youtube.com/Villain Radio Presents. Be one of the over 22,000 subscribers to realize why we are the best at what we do. And stuff like that. You got anything to say, Indy? Nope. He's on his phone.
Ain't got it. Oh, yeah. I'm learning how to use an iPhone.
Oh, okay. Till next time.
Till next.